剣ソードライバーブレイブドラゴンかつて全てを滅ぼすほどの偉大な力を手にした神獣がいた
Hey everyone, welcome to the 99th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh.
And this episode, I am 1000% sure, is presented by Gin.
Okay, there it is. It's Malunas.
Yes.
And yeah, today we had a little bit of a bait and switch. We have some interesting information toward the end of the Rider blog, but we have what I want to say. It's not even news. I just wanted to make slight mention of it. We had a blog post from the Sentai team that was mostly gears, but we have brand new images of the Zenkaiger.
Yudos.
Wait, we have images of the gears, and the Yudo figures are scattered throughout.
Yeah.
I lost what I was saying in the middle of that sentence.
It's a little bit of everything.
I don't know how that happened. Yeah. So, if you want, dissect those. We're not really going to go too far in depth, but at the time of this recording, and I recognize that this podcast is becoming more so like, oh, what were our thoughts at the time? And in terms of news, we have Tokullectibles like full debut. We're not going to get into spoilers because I have made sure that these two are not telling me who the actor is, because I guess that's a contentious thing. I have no idea who it is.
I just figured you wouldn't want to know.
I don't think it's contentious. It's just that you are like, I don't want to know who the actor is. Don't tell me.
Okay, like...
I just assumed it's something you
somehow,
wouldn't want
like,
to know.
I feel like there has been some misplaced mystery put around it for my sake, because I don't like spoilers. So you know what? I'm just going to live with it.
You are
Either
absolutely correct.
Okay. It's just a random dude, isn't it?
The reason I was interested in finding out who it is because rumors were that Gokai Red was going to be the Tokullectibles.
Okay. Well, you know what? Tokullectibles is a suit, and we have that now.
Gokai Gold!
We have that now. We actually had it 10 years ago when it was Gokai Red.
So, we recently had images surface of the DX Change Hero series figure, and that is Yudo adjacent.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I did kind of want to discuss that one a little bit, as well as talk about our thoughts on Tokullectibles before we move on to the Rider.
It highlights the strengths of the deluxe figure line as well as the strengths of Yudo, is how I would put it.
Good.
A lot of the times, yeah. Like, I feel like the biggest thing that the Change Hero series has going for it is its timeliness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it will get a figure out. Like, no issue. Immediately. And, I don't want to say it drags its feet, because they put a lot of production stuff into it. But they take a lot longer to get those out.
I've said it before. During Ryu Soldier, in particular, every time we got news of Yudo, I'm like, oh, that's still a thing. Like, legitimately. Not even sarcastic. Just like, oh, you're here. Cool.
Yeah. Because it also always feels like, and I'm pretty sure I say this every time Yudo comes up, it's always on the brink of getting canceled.
Oh, 100%.
In my eyes.
I mean, it, like, never finishes anything. It's just kind of here.
Yeah. Yeah. It always turns its homework in late. And even when it does, it's not all there.
I mean, it also has that unfortunate aspect this year where, we have these figures in the Change Heroes that are so similar, and they've been out for a long time.
Yeah.
By the time we finally get Yudo 1 next month, we're already going to have Tokullectibles and all this other stuff that they're going to be behind on, and it's like...
And to be completely fair, they are, like, the majority of the figures are completely different, like, substantially different than the ones we're getting in the Change Hero series. But I feel like to the general audience just buying some toys, they're going to be like, oh, hey, oh, wait, I already have these. I already purchased them. These are cheaper. They look nice. I guess this looks different, but I already have these, so I'm just going to skip them. Like,
I don't know why I was thinking that I was going to wait. Like, I hadn't pre-ordered any, like, Tokullectibles figure or anything like that because I was like, oh, I want to see the design and everything. I don't know why I thought I was gonna not get the figure, so now I gotta go get that.
Yeah.
Well, I broke down this week. I bought Gowan and Majin's figures. So we're doing this now. I'm gonna get them all, like I said I was going to.
What I have finally decided on for the Change Hero series is that I'm gonna wait till Mandarake has them for like a few dollars less than retail. I don't even care if they're used. I'm just gonna get them for cheaper there.
They're great. They really are good.
Either way. Yeah, they do seem like a lot of fun.
Again, I said it for Tokullectibles. I guess I can say in general that figure line does kind of have its strengths and weaknesses that Yudo does and doesn't have, if that makes any sense. Yudo looks better to me when it comes to the mecha, but also like the thing that the deluxe one has going is kind of this accidental modular transformation gimmick.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, it really does. And I think it really hones in on being more of a toy, and the Yudo one is an accurate, detailed representation of the in-show suit.
It's the you're not getting figure arts, guys. This is the best you're gonna get.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I typically lean toward the more playable side of things.
Last we talked about these, you were interested in getting the deluxe figures on the basis that they kind of remind you of older Candy Toy?
Yeah. They have that spirit, but they absolutely do not have that price. That is the only reason that, is keeping me from, like, fully jumping over and getting those.
I would say a positive with the Yudo taking this long is that it does kind of... I mean, these deluxe figures are probably still going to be on shelves by then, but it's like, it does kind of keep them on the shelves in a different way, in a clever way.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Yudo has a really good opportunity here. If they really want to, like, I don't think they're going to do it. But I think they have a really good opportunity here if they want to pull ahead a little bit. Be the first of the two figure lines to do Zenkai Red.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So that's something I want to get into because we now have something, a point of comparison. We have two Kaiser now, right? And obviously, I would say, oh no. When or if we get two Kaiser in Yudo.
I don't think he's an if. They usually would do the 6th.
In the second, in the second and last wave of Zenkaiger.
Yeah. But like, I'm still iffy. I'm still iffy on if we're getting the second wave.
I'm not iffy on that.
The only reason I'm throwing in that wrench is because
I mean they always get to 2, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Like. Something about them...
I get that the Change Hero series figures can complicate that. I mean, I know that's a variable we haven't had before, but...
I fully expect a second one, but I am more suspicious this year than most.
I mean, that's fair.
Basically
that's
what
fair.
I'm saying.
And not to throw a differently shaped wrench into the mix, but you were saying Zenkai Red, it just made me realize Yudo hasn't done anything like that, has it? Where it'll be like, here's a thing that's not from the show or a movie. Did they have anything that's from a movie?
No.
Because they never did, like, Lupin Tricolor or anything like that.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah. So that would be a first. That would be a really good move.
Yeah.
It would be.
Or we could just have the standard, hey, here's two Kaiser in this mode, here's two Kaiser in this other mode.
Yudo has a unique opportunity not just with Zenkai Red, but they could also theoretically be the first figure line to do, what is his name? Stay Caesar, I think is how you say it.
I would like that. I would love a Stay Caesar.
I would absolutely love that.
Man, that Caesar can stay as long as it would like in the Yudo line. Let me tell you. And they do villains.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, they've done villains before, like we got Garza last year. I mean, usually we just get the like typical foot soldiers, and
Mhm.
Garzo's kind of an exception. Which they could just go the foot soldier route. We have like those robotic ranger looking things that they could do, which would be cool. But especially if you want to like pick up some of those to go with Change Hero or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would much rather them do Stay Caesar and Zenkai Red, because we just got the third quarter listings the other day, and those have been confirmed at this point, and there's no Change Hero series figures for the fall.
So there's your lineup for the second and final wave of Yudo. Those three characters and armor.
I would love that. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I would argue they are missing a very good opportunity to be cheap if they don't make Zenkai Red, because it's just a recolor.
Yeah, I mean, for real.
Yeah.
It's like, that'll save you some money.
And I think that special was pretty well received. I mean, I heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay.
People liked it. And I think he only really doesn't have any merchandise yet, because I just don't think he was ever planned to be as popular, I guess.
I gotta say...
You're saying, Court?
I wonder, I don't know if this was my original point, I wonder what Yudo will be like going forward, and what Change Hero series is going to be like going forward, because...
Oh, I know the answer to both questions. Yudo will never finish anything, and Change Hero won't come back.
That is a bold statement. Because if they find success in the Change Hero series, and now all they have to do is use an even older Yudo mold to fart out...
But no, here's the thing, though.
What?
Change Hero is based off of the premise of the Kikainoids having their different modes,
right?
Which is like a unique Zenkaiger thing.
Sure.
And it's an anniversary thing. So next year we're gonna get a pretty run of the mill Sentai, back to basics kind of thing, or
sure.
not, back to the status quo. There we go. And they're not gonna have an incentive to do this again. But this year, they're doing it because of the change gimmick, and of course Zenkaiger got a figure because he's the leader. Why would they not do that for him?
So that 100% makes sense logically, but you know how Bandai always learns the wrong lesson?
Yeah.
They'll probably be I'm imagining oh hey, Change series did really well this year. That means they want more Change series. Whether or not it has anything to do with the actual changing heroes.
Y'all want a lion that transforms into shaken red? No.
I mean, the kind of problem is just that, why would you still call it Change Hero if
you wouldn't? You'd call it the Hero series or something, or go back to the FA series. Bring that name back from the dead. And not have it be Katie.
I just realized they don't really have a thing like Rider Kick that they can pull from. Because I was about to say something like RKF, but then I thought, wait, what does Sentai have? Super Sentai figure?
Sentai's RKF is the Lightning Collection.
Sentai's RKF is the action hero mold from Bandai America.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. It's like it just dawned on me. Wow, they don't really have a go-to finisher that's lasted the entirety of the franchise, do they? Like Rider Kick.
I can't even say they have the regular Safubi, because there's still no Kirame Silver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even this year, they're just doing two Zenkaiger and Tokullectibles. The only ones
my god. Well, yeah. I guess to be fair, I love how they were all like, "Hey, even though they're robots, don't discount them as real Sentai heroes." But also, we're not putting them in the typical Sentai hero line, so fuck them, I guess.
Yeah, they only got the candy vials.
Yeah, they did.
Choice got their backs.
But that leads me to what I wanted to know. What are you guys thinking about Wave 2? We've thrown this around a lot. But Gold, or Tokullectibles has this interesting thing in the Change Hero series where he does the form swaps, but his hat doesn't change. Do you think we are getting separate figures for each of his 3 forms, or do you think we're getting one figure with the accessory set heavily leaning in on him? Because we have gotten tons of accessory sets before.
I would just assume, hey, it's the 6th Ranger, that's probably going to be popular. Include a lot in the case assortment. That'll balance things out.
Yeah, maybe. It could be a thing of like, you know, you get 2 Kaiser on his own, and then there's an accessory set to come with it that gives you the extra swaps, but like if you purchase a case, you're going to be getting like 10 different 2 Kaisers anyway.
Yes. Also, Stacy and Zenkaiger. I think we got it.
I'm hoping. How tall are his mecha? Do they show up in Kakainoid height?
I didn't know that he had mecha. I guess that makes sense. I've never seen any mention of mecha as a thing. I've only seen the character.
Josh, do you have that information?
Say it one more time.
How big are his robot friends? Are they Kakainoid size, or are they big person size?
Let me rephrase that. Does he have robot friends? Because I don't remember seeing any.
I know that his gears have SD Gundam on them.
Yeah, those are his mecha, but we don't know yet because his mecha doesn't show up until June, so we won't know what they actually look like in size.
Whoa!
Probably for a month.
Corey, can we just rewind that a bit? Were you being literal, or
what?
When he said he has SD Gundams on him, I was like, "Are you being literal?" Or
they look like SD Gundam? They're not actual SD. It's not the RX-78-2 on there, Melinus. We don't have Unicorn. We don't have Double O. We don't have. But they do look like it. Does that answer your question?
There's no iron-blooded orphans?
There's no... Jesus. Put that in your lighthearted Sentai. So yeah, I'm interested because I don't know if there's any rumors or anything, but would those get figures? Are those contenders in any sort of way?
I mean, I guess it would depend on when we finally get to see them, you know, like...
Yeah, like, I didn't know what the rumor mill had to offer in that instance.
Well, the rumor mill definitely doesn't have them getting any, like, change hero figures.
Nothing of the sort?
Like, that's not happening, at least, that...
I think because we've only ever heard about 2 Kaiser himself and not, like, mecha, I've just been waiting for him to be the mecha.
He does have those shoulder pads that do look like the front parts of the combined mecha. If that makes sense. So I don't know. I'm just curious what because Yudo 2, that's not going to happen for a while, right? So there could be stuff in Yudo 2 that we just haven't seen yet, potentially.
I suppose yes, technically.
Yeah. Anyway, do you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about before we head on into the Rider blog?
Nope. So I just got distracted for a second because I just found out I have to buy a very expensive Blu-ray to get a Sentai gear. So
sucks to suck.
They're releasing the that one red gear that has all the helmets on it.
Oh,
I've seen that one before. It's coming out with the Blu-ray of the triple movie Ranger thing.
Makes sense.
You know, the Ryusoldier, Cure Majors, and Kaiju movies.
At least you're getting all 3 movies.
Yeah, but like, it's gonna be so expensive. But it's
Yes, Corey, it is 3 movies on Blu-ray, so that's gonna be expensive.
It is, but hey, you're getting 3 movies.
And you're getting a very long sound. Because it's the gear that makes the Gear Laner scream all 45 teams in order.
By the way, Josh, you don't need to immediately own that one. You could wait for Mandarake.
That's not how this works.
You know what we don't have to wait for?
Soto?
That's right. We have the Kamen Rider Candy Toy blog here this week. Not next week, though. We'll get to that. But this week, we have the final figure in Soto Saber Book 7, and it's a Saber figure?
Yeah.
What?
You know what?
I'm sorry. I'm just...
That can happen?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just getting real emotional about it. It's Emotional Dragon. He's finally here. I'm shocked.
They said, hey, the Blu-rays for those movies are coming out. We should probably finish the figures from the movie.
I was gonna say, like, this, for once, predictions in our Discord, we're pretty spot on.
So like,
really? I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, because...
I mean, what else were they gonna do right at this exact minute?
Yeah, because it's like,
they have to do Realizing Hopper this exact moment.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, of course, the big thing that they're still missing is Sabila and Durandal, but I'm sure they'll do them together later.
Yeah.
This is the wave with Falchion, so it's like, okay, I guess this does make sense.
Yeah. That does make sense.
So, they had some things to note about this guy. We have quite the balancing act for,
Did they say how he stole the shield from Forza?
They did. They actually did. They said, specifically for that, for the elite Kamen Rider Saber fans out there, you'll know that this is Forza's shield. But he's very impressed by how different it looks under this new context with different colors, and really commends them for making something so different out of the same piece.
Yeah, I was sharing this with someone, just saying, hey, they made Forza shields for Shoto just for this form. Also, previously, they revealed they made a whole-ass ghost body just for the movie Rider. What a power move.
Even though the production side of the show, they have to reuse stuff, doesn't mean Shoto is automatically able to. I'm sure they still have a certain amount of budget they can work with to create new molds, and I'm sure they weren't expecting this.
It's just when I say they made a whole thing for this, I'm mainly just like referring to like the modeling process. Like they made a whole ghost body, and then specifically said, "Hey guys, new Chronicle next week. It's Ryuki." It's like, what a power move! What a flex.
I don't know, man. They're two different teams.
Yeah, but also they learn from each other.
They do. They absolutely do. Another thing to note about this guy is that, hey, there's tons of stickers on the head, but that's because there's a lot of blue accents to the eyes. But hey, the entirety of the front of the chest is painted. Even the harder to place sticker areas are done in paint instead. They knew that, the mouth would be tough, the eyes would be tough, so they painted those. The front of the front, or the gold of the front skirt is painted, but the gold of the side skirt, that is done in sticker because those details are too thin. The shield that we were talking about earlier mounts on the forearm and the fist. And you still do get the open hand and the closed hand, but you do not get a portion to peg in a weapon in the fist, which is interesting because the original Candy Toy Forza Modulon figure has a fist hole. What happened, guys? It's fine. It looks fine. I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't just make it a peg and not like a ball joint.
Wait,
because
what's the?
It's just gonna stick in place, right?
Oh, you mean like why they didn't just like use the old-fashioned method with the hands?
It might have been. Because, like, for me, it's just like, hey, this is speculation. You're adding extra money to the mold because you have different plastic tolerances, potentially finer plastic tolerances on the ball joint. But maybe it's just an easy swap. Like, whether or not it's a peg or a ball joint, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's neat. You can... it's anchored by both of those points, which is kind of unfortunate. It gives you a few less posing options. It's just, it's heavy.
Diesel fuel.
Wait, diesel? As in plastic as in plastic
No, I
mass
scrolled down
as
too
in
far.
this takes more plastic than most figures?
That's
Is
very
that what
funny
you're getting
you get
at?
that
Because
connection.
that is a true statement.
It's funny you got that from me just reading this picture that says diesel fuel.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the... Oh, that's what you're talking about. What I'm talking about
May
is that
3rd.
this costs a lot in terms of materials.
Okay.
Yeah. So a while ago, I think December, they were saying, hey, Crimson Dragon, he is quite heavier, like a lot heavier than most Soto figures so far. Clocking in at 31 grams. He has much more mass. Grams is mass. Right? Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
And, because, we do weight, but they do mass, which is different. Like, weight is mass times gravity. They divide out gravity and just do mass.
I like the poses they put these in.
Yeah, Emotional Dragon is 4 grams more massive than the Crimson Dragon, who held the top spot for one of the heaviest figures they've done. I'm shocked.
113%.
Yeah, 113%
That's
change.
That's not quite 1,000%.
Nowhere close. But yeah, if you compared it to human terms, I guess that would be 60 kilograms versus 68 kilograms. Do with that information what you will. I don't know metric.
I don't know. There's probably stats out there.
Yeah, like, you not only have to convert that number, you also have to multiply by 9.81. Wait, no. No, 9.81 is still... you'd have to convert that, right?
I'm terrible at math, so I assume what you're saying is right.
9.81 is gravity. Right? Is that how that works? I haven't
Correct.
done that in so long.
I've been out of physics class for 3 years. You can't bring me back in. I can't do this anymore.
I tried to leave and they dragged me right back in.
Hey,
when I went to college,
fuel.
I took an astronomy class. I can't do physics no more.
I took a class about Italian food? What? Diesel fuel.
Hey! Diesel fuel!
What I shouted before, May 3rd is me saying that book 7 comes out on May 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
That's the start of the month again. Huh. That's
But
happened
hey,
twice now.
it comes with something that we did not get to see early.
Yeah.
A new sticker sheet.
Yeah, this was something that, like, I wasn't expecting, but it's really cool.
It makes complete sense.
It does. It really does.
In our last live stream, we were asked about whether or not they will do something like this. Did we? Or was that in our last episode?
I remember talking about it. I don't know if we were asked.
We talked a little bit because we asked, like, we said, hey, Corey said, I'm going to wave my hand in front of the camera when we're done talking about spoilers.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about Gem versus
okay.
Thouser.
Yeah. You know what?
So
This
why
is
did we
coming
talk
out-
about it?
Yeah, this is coming out way later. So,
Yeah.
I guess spoilers for the President Special if you haven't seen it, but you've had plenty of time. Hey.
Especially since it's only 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Well,
Let's be real for a second. You're not going to miss too much heavy plot stuff in something that short.
you're not. So,
True.
hey, you know the Zaya suit? It's also what happens when Thouser gets a cold.
It's called Black Thouser.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Is that the name?
Yes, that is the name.
Huh.
From what I understand, yes. Which
Okay.
actually, I think they said it in the blog. Didn't they say it in the blog?
I didn't.
Oh, actually,
look.
yeah. Okay, so it says Kuroi Thouser, so Black Thouser.
Interesting, because I called this game disease Thouser.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What's funny about this? When Gen was introduced in the show, before he was actually called Kamen Rider Gen, they referred to him as Kuroi Exade or the Black Exade.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fun.
That.
Shiroi Mahotsukai. Anyway,
It's like watching that special when they gave that little explanation. I'm like, okay, I'm glad they said something. It's a weird
they at
explanation.
least said something. Yeah.
I'm with.
thank you for addressing it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the bare minimum.
Exactly.
Honestly, the Kamen Rider Brain thing had a joke about Crystal Pepler. I think they could have easily just had him say, "I got my suit taken away from me by Toei. They painted it black for a promotion."
I like.
Right.
Was there only one Thouser suit? And
That's
then
I feel like we're only given so much information here. I think this is the conclusion we have to make.
I mean, it's like,
what? Is the Thouser
I
suit
don't
okay?
get it.
Is this the original Thouser suit? Is he just like this?
Oh
now?
God, is this?
are we never?
Oh
gonna
God,
see
is
Thouser
this
ever again?
actually? Is this actually proof that Guy is this unpopular?
they destroyed his suit.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Like, did they
we
really
we
not
put so
care
much
that
money. Fuck you! We made the
So-
Zaya spec. We didn't make any money back on that. We're taking your suit away.
I gotta wonder, because, like... No, I mean, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know. It's like, why did this happen this way? Because, like...
COVID,
I think-
probably.
Did they?
Yeah, probably.
Did they
I think
need
I
a new suit?
Well, because I think I saw somewhere on Twitter that I guess they filmed this special sometime around December. I think is what I saw. People said that they saw like filming happening. Like people walked by and they're like, "Oh hey, here's Genmu," like in December or something. But I guess that would have been after the Mitsuo Jinrai movie. So I thought maybe if they were in terms of filming. So I thought, maybe if they were filming around the same time. But I guess this wasn't necessarily the case. So yeah, I don't know, because like they had the Thouser suit as recent as, at least I think they did, as recent as the Realized film. Because I think, he definitely transforms into Thouser in that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Zaya did not exist at that time.
Right.
Oh my God.
Again, I made the joke, but maybe legitimately this is just how unpopular the character turned out to be.
Maybe.
It's like we don't even plan to give you your own movie.
But I mean, like we said earlier, I appreciate the attempt at an explanation, and I can.
You're
live
so
with it.
you're so unpopular that we have to pair you up with the meme lord for you to actually sell.
Right.
It's weird. I like Thouser more now that he's paired with Dan, because I really don't like Dan.
Oh, I loved
One
this
cancels
special.
out the other.
I loved it. It
It's
was
a
one of
good
those things
special
where
so far.
I didn't know that I needed
feel-
it until we had it.
You know what?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Just because I don't know how many people are going to be looking at the blog while listening to this. The reason I kept saying diesel fuel is because there's just an image of him popping out of a diesel fuel oil barrel thing. Did I just call it an oil barrel? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It also bears mentioning the thumbnail for this blog post was just a close up on Gim, and when I saw that, I had an audible "Excuse you," because I thought, are they including that? And
yeah.
yeah, it's like, are they making a Dai Soto Gen? Is it time? And I kind of want that. Just saying, it's justified. They probably have the mold.
They probably have the they could
Dai
probably
Soto.
get the numbers to do so. I just don't know under what circumstance they'd want to try that. But we already have the Shoto O version. Calm down. I'm pretty sure I have an extra Shoto O with him.
We have
want
plenty
Soto,
Shoto versions.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
too many.
But I want one that's made of hard plastic.
It is like the only difference is the
Hey.
shoulder pads, I'd say.
doesn't Shoto feel a little bit more gummy than soda? That's what I was getting at.
In certain instances, but like
okay. Well,
yeah,
you get what I mean.
hands, feet, shoulder pads,
I want
that's really it.
I want my original candy toy gum, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have level 0.
I respect it. Anyway, yay, sticker sheet. Cool.
Yeah.
So, Corey, are you
Yes.
going to buy 2 of Zaya? Since
Of
they are
course.
2 separate characters?
Of course. There's no question, of course.
Yeah, I also will say again, because I don't know how clear I made it, when we were doing the live stream, someone asked about whether or not we thought that they were going to do something about the stickers. I don't know if it was a question or if you brought it up, Corey.
I don't remember anymore.
Regardless, it was just a thing where I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. It's such a small detail. And I was like, oh, wait, there's visible keys on that belt. So I guess that is justified.
What's funny to me is that, I guess in technicality, since the figure art never details the keys, if they ever made a figure art of this, you wouldn't know which one it was supposed to be.
That's true.
You know what? There's I don't know if it's the same people each time, but there is basically third-party figure arts writer merch.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Stickers.
SH figure art upgrade guys.
Yeah, I didn't want to assume that it was always HF upgrade doing it, but it seems like they come up a lot on Tokullectibles.
They do. Yeah.
Love to see it.
So really, the only 2 things worth rebuying here are Primitive Dragon and Zaya Black Thouser.
Sure, subjectively, but also, I think in our Discord, Blade Raider was like looking like, hey, if anyone is getting rid of these, I'll take them. So there's markets.
There's a market. Oh, you mean the extras? What do you mean?
Well, like they were saying, like, I think it was Blade Raider who was just like, I'm looking for the 0-1 figures in this wave if anyone is selling.
Oh.
Because that's always been a thing with these crossover waves. Like,
Mhm.
I think Blade Raider is, again, another example of this, where it was that one wave that had Thouser and a bunch of Geo stuff. And they were like, I just want a Thouser.
That's fair. So did Rye, once upon a time.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, like, the only 2 in this set that has rebuying potential is Primitive and Black Thouser / Zaya. So that would mean if you wanted to rebuy this set, you'd have a ton of, you'd have Falchion left over, you'd have Elemental, Primitive, you'd have Emotional, and, like,
Metsubo Jinrai?
Yumetsubo Jinrai, yeah.
Unless you just really wanted extra of that attach era for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. That's not a bad justification. If you have it, you might as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stick something in those rocks, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because the set in its entirety does not have a lot of rebuying potential. But if you're doing singles, I'm sure that'll work out.
By the way, I have so many questions about Soto Ryuki.
Well, I've got answers for you, my friend. And it's a good thing we worked this out ahead of time because these were tough to interpret.
Before we dive into it, since it's been a week since the
dive
set's
into
got
the
revealed,
mirror.
Did we want to mention how they are available at Tokullectibles now and things like that?
Yeah. So definitely get them at
Get 'em.
Tokullectibles, or if you would rather pay more money, go to BBTS. But yeah, just go to Tokullectibles. I don't know how, but tell them we sent you. Tell them we said hello.
The one retail set is available at all the typical retailers right now, too.
Yeah.
You know what? BBTS does come up a lot in our Discord, even if it is under the tone of either people saying, yeah, that's as expensive as I expected, or that's surprisingly affordable.
Yep. And
Not a
every time
sponsor.
that happens, Balloonist has the same reaction.
After saying all that, I just have to say, not a sponsor.
Not a
Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely not. But like I said, if you go over to Tokullectibles, tell them we sent you somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. They didn't even post on Twitter that they had those up.
Oh, I just have them on my RSS feed.
Did it show up there?
Well, I don't know if they tweeted it, but I have their shop on my RSS feed.
To be fair, I don't know how RSS feeds work, so... Sure.
Is the buckle removable, Corey?
Is possible. What does that mean? Decayed Ryuki can also be reproduced. So, yeah, you can take the belt piece off and replace it with the Deca driver. So it is Deca driver compatible. Boom.
I pointed out before that, yeah, when you look at the close-ups, you do see that it's kind of like a separate piece, but I guess you could also interpret that as a sticker around the sides.
Potentially,
So
like I knew
it's
there was
worth confirming.
slight contention with Gaim, but I feel like since Gaim is able to do that, it's safe to say that it's probably going to be that way.
Is there
going
a mold
forward
on the chest?
We have full confirmation here.
Does Magnugiga have a mold on the chest for the final vent? I was a little bit confused by this.
Yeah, so they're basically asking, is there molding underneath the missile spam stickers? And the answer is yes. They also said that, as expected, it was not possible to reproduce the coloring of even the finest bullets. But,
Even the best.
Yeah, since the mold is included, those who are confident in their arms can paint it themselves. Do you guys have confident arms?
Not quite, but
confident arms.
Not quite, but I love the wording.
Yeah, I do too.
If we backtrack to the decay thing for a second, can he have shoulder pads that fall down his arms?
That's not confident arms right there.
I want to now rename customizers into those with confident arms.
Yeah.
For confident arms.
Yeah, also, this is weirdly not the first time that they have encouraged painting your premium Bandai stuff, so I find that interesting.
It is. By the way, I have Elite Candy Toy Fan as a fun dig to myself on my Twitter name. Molinas, I'm putting it to you. Would you like to have as part of your name he who is confident in his arms or something like that?
I am open up Twitter now. Hopefully it won't log me out like it's been doing all day.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I've seen a few people saying, is Twitter acting weird for anyone else today? I've seen that.
Twitter's been
I've heard
broken.
that from people. I don't know.
It's been very broken today.
What I'm seeing is that sometimes when I open up Twitter, it'll my browser will bring down that window saying log into one of your accounts. It's like as if I'm not signed in, and then like when I refresh the page, at one point I just refreshed the page without selecting anything, and I was logged in. It's like, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Huh?
Oh, I went back to Twitter.
Oh, did
I
you get spoiled by
saw
something?
a face. I don't know who it is. It looks familiar though.
Oh, is that Kaiser?
Yeah. Interesting.
That's I dropped that in another Discord just saying who dis because I don't know. It's like he looks familiar. I've had other people respond saying he looks familiar. I can't quite place it. They say,
okay. I'm gonna go to a. This isn't. I don't know that it's actually spoilers. I looked at it and looked away immediately. But just a disclaimer, I guess. Quick spoiler portion. To me, he kind of looks like Kyrie from Thief People. Lupin Ranger, Pat Ranger.
Okay.
Thief People.
Tricolor.
Yeah. Lupin Ranger. Lupin Red. He looks like Lupin Red to me. But that was upon, that was a quick glance. Anyway, you got any more questions for me, Molinas?
Well, I will also say I've changed my Twitter name to Malunas with the Confident Arms and then a paintbrush emoji.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, chef's kiss.
So I've got another question.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it means. For some reason, this question's come to mind, and I don't understand what I'm asking. Is it possible to reproduce the, quote, interlocking technique with monsters, unquote, like Ryuki strike vent for future bullets? What did I just ask, Corey?
So to answer that question, what did you ask? You're basically saying, you know how Ryuki's final vent is Ryuki with Dragreder's head, but then also you can pose him with Dragreder?
That's it. You're on something.
Oh, yeah, I am. What they're trying to ask is, certain characters can do attacks with their mirror monsters, and those attacks include weapons or gear that are typically plucked off of the monster. And we know that these mirror monsters have the ability to break down their parts into weapons. So what they're asking is, are we going to are we getting separate weapons from the monsters as well, so that we can recreate, hey, I have weapons and also my friend back here?
Yeah, so I guess what I'm asking, what I'm saying is that I'm feeling a little greedy. Can I get some of that premium Bandai stuff without buying the sets?
Yeah. So basically they said, this is the Google translated quote, and I will try to interpret it as best I can. Even Kamen Riders recorded after the next bullet will use weapon parts at the same time of final vent, etc. So, we are considering recording weapon parts separately from the monster part as much as possible. For the relevant person, I will. So, what they're saying is,
I like
looking into it, we understand that is a possibility sometimes in the show. Where possible and where relevant, like if there are examples in the show, we will do so. We will reproduce parts to make that happen.
I just got what it meant when it said where possible to the relevant person. I guess that means we're not getting any of Zolta's oversized weapons. Sorry, guys.
That makes sense.
Remind me. I want his weapons.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
He'll have the one gun.
I mean, I guess it will do.
And you'll have a clear plastic piece that you'll definitely lose. So yeah, Malunas, I only have time for one question. I know you've got a bunch of burning questions, but I only have time for one. What is the most burning question that you have?
Well, sorry to cut off this bit, but I was also going to add to that saying, this made me realize, hey, guess what Sodogain did in its last wave? It had a box that just had a bunch of weapons that are kind of like the ones on Premium Bandai, but with less paint. So,
True.
I guess that's yeah.
Anyway, let's throw a whole unpainted Magnugiga in one of those accessory sets.
Sure.
While we're at it.
A paper craft, you might say. Is there a resale of the Mirror Monster set? By which I mean, like, are they going to get reissued? Because I have a strong case of FOMO over here.
Yeah, as with most of us. So, the answer to this question is something that the three of us have debated the wording on. So, if you have different interpretations, put them in the comments down below. But what I am interpreting here is that I will give you the translated text saying, currently not available. Basically, we do not plan to reprint the Riders toy products, so please make a reservation during the current order period. What that tells me is they aren't planning on doing a re-release. They don't typically plan on doing re-releases, so if you want it, make an order now in this period.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking, even though we do get second runs on items, and there is precedent for it, they never plan to do second runs. It's never what they want to do. They just notice that, hey, they're getting a lot of orders for this, maybe we need a second run. It's never, we're planning a second run.
I think where it gets confusing and debatable is the part where they say, basically, we do not plan to reprint the writer's toy products. Because when I read that, I was like, but you do that all the time. But it's like, it might just be a case of, sometimes Japanese translations, things can be kind of vague and contextual. So it's like, maybe when they say writer toy products, they mean like, this is not a writer toy product we are considering for a reprint.
Yeah. So like those are the two branches that we went in. It's either hey, we don't plan on printing this one, or we don't typically plan to reprint things in general.
Either way, like, I guess this probably isn't good news for people who are like, oh, I can just wait on this, because it's like, this is a rare time where they're like, no, we're not going to reissue this. You got your one chance.
Yeah, it's
your one
tough
chance
because...
came at a very bad time.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't fight, you won't survive, is what we're saying.
Fair.
I'm not surviving this. It's really unfortunate because now it's left up to, all right, there are only so many of these in existence now. And we're left up to the aftermarket. I
don't have enough information to say this with confidence, but like, worst case, I know that there have been previous figure lines that have made some of these mirror monsters. If you really want an option, alternative.
Yeah, if you are clamoring for an option, might I recommend to you the Kamen Rider Ryuki World figures. They are the candy toy lines that existed during Ryuki, and they do have a majority of the mirror monsters. I don't know how many they ended up doing. I don't even know if they did scissors, but they have some.
So it's like a candy toy figure line that has the mirror monsters. I didn't know about that one.
Not just mirror monsters. It was mirror monsters and the figures.
Right. Because I was about to say, I know that there was some sort of, I think, Sochak Henshin style figures that came with monsters. I didn't know if they were candy toys.
Yeah, that was a line that they did.
Yeah. Also,
there's
if you want to spend too much money, you can get the figure arts. Did Sochak Henshin do scissors?
Probably. There's a website that has a documentation of everything Sochak Henshin up to a point.
Huh. Okay.
Microman Forever.
Seriously? It's on Microman Forever?
I think it is. That sounds
No
familiar.
way. I went there, unsurprisingly. I go there for my Microman stuff.
I thought it was in Microman. So Chaku Henshin. Maybe if I typed more words than that. There we go. Micromanforever.net.
That site's great. It got me a lot of the... Oh, good. It got me a lot of the information on one of my favorite lines, Microman Magna Power.
Yeah, I had one figure from some Microman thing that had magnets. I don't know if it was that one.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway, yeah, Scissors is the second figure to be released.
What? Not even Knight? It was Scissors?
Man, from the beginning, he was getting what he deserved.
Yeah, a legend from the start.
They don't have a lot of articles for Ryuki. Well, they do have a lot. It's just that there's a bunch, like Knight, that don't have a link.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Also, it stops somewhere during Kabuto. The documentation, I mean.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
still,
either way,
yeah.
That is it for the blog this week, unless you like the Kishi Arts and Converge. Yeah. The only other few things I wanted to note is that the Mukachiri combo and Picasso sets, and the Seishiro Gin combo and Shigazeshi combo sets, those pre-orders are closing soon, and depending on when this episode goes out, they're already gone. It ends May 9th, so take that for what you will.
I'm saying again, I forgot that there was actually two different 2-packs. These plus the Saramiuo single figure, I'm looking at these again, just saying, this is a viable option for Shodo and Premium Bandai. Apparently,
It's not a viable option for my work.
it's in the sense that it's a precedent that they've set that they can just like sell a one-off figure. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe Aqua. Come on.
I wonder.
Good.
I don't.
I have on good
Aqua.
I have on good authority that this is how Aqua's going to be released.
I have on very good, solid authority that I don't want it to be released that way. I would rather have a larger set than just two. I don't know, like the way, because if you have 4 figures you want to release the 4 goddamn figures in one set. What are you even doing?
Well,
If
maybe
somebody wants, the same person that wants one of those is going to want the rest of them.
I wonder if this is at all based on any sort of feedback they've gotten on the questionnaire. Where it's like, I really want these figures, but I can't drop this much money at once. Can you split them up somehow?
But if they split them up when they're localized here, Tokullectibles is going to ship them separately, and then add the extra cost.
The person who filled out the questionnaire is living in Japan and doesn't understand what you're saying.
Recognize that. It doesn't mean that I can't dislike the concept.
True. It's okay.
And we kind of have an idea that Tokullectibles and BBTS seem to be the only people doing Shodo-Rider. And
Yes.
it's been a bit. Team Rider hasn't said anything about officially localizing the monster sets. I'm willing to bet they're not going to.
It's assumed that whenever Tokullectibles or BBTS is putting the stuff up, depending on the price, it's probably under Team Rider, is the thing.
Wait, what?
I don't know what to tell you. I feel like that has come up before, where it's been like, oh, the reason that Tokullectibles is putting it up at this price, or BBTS is putting it up at a noticeably cheaper price, is because, it's collaboration.
What? No.
I definitely heard this discussion before.
The lower price is when they're together. The higher price is when they're not.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're out there.
Yeah, it's higher because it's not official. They have to pay the extra stuff, I assume.
Right, okay.
And also the Team Rider stuff, that is their second run. We get Japan's second run.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why theirs released later.
I wonder if that has any relation to the mention of, no, we're not doing a second print of the Mirror Monsters.
Oh dear.
Because you know what I just remembered? You know what I just remembered?
Oh my god, you're right.
You know what I just remembered is whatever the goofy name that Super Mini Claw goes by now, they specifically said we're producing more for the overseas market. So that just came to mind.
You know what I also remember?
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey, we're doing the gold power set. Oh, cool. That's neat for the Kuga fans. I guess I bought it. And then a little bit later, Team Rider's like, hey, we're doing the gold power set. Probably didn't go over well. And then suddenly, the blog is like, hey, we did a second run of these gold power sets. Y'all want them? So,
Doll. I'm looking at the Converge figures.
What did happen?
Converge is more up to date right now than Shodo. Is what I'm going to say about Converge.
Oh yeah,
it's not hard.
The Converge is interesting.
Yeah, it's like I'm noticing. Maybe it's because I keep seeing it pop up in the blog, but it's like every time I see them, it's like, oh hey, you got to this first. Good for you.
Yeah, like I saw. Was it Durandal was in there now?
Yeah. Along with Blades' new power up that I forgot about.
I was like, how did the Converge become the first line to do a Durandal figure?
It's because Soto wanted to be... Oh, wait, I don't even know if this is true.
Hmm?
So I'm just going to say it, and we'll see where we land. Because Soto wanted to be the first to do the Geodecade figures.
I can see that.
It was absolutely the first to get Kamen Rider Lucifer and
Yes.
Lucifer's other form.
Eden is what you were trying to say first.
Yeah.
I like how you said
That order.
his final form first, and then you were looking for his base form.
I have Lucifer in my hand right now. Oopsie.
Sounds like you dropped him.
I dropped a display stand. Did Converge do those?
I
think-
genuinely
I'm
don't
pretty
remember.
I do remember that they revealed a figure of complete form when Soto did complete form 21.
Yes.
What was I going to say? Oh, I was also going to say, in defense of Soto, I feel like they definitely lost a wave number or something because everything got pushed back by a whole month. Just
I
like
don't
it
know
did
if
with
they
01.
lost-
It
I don't
feels
know
like
if they
it's the
lost
same...
a wave number, because 01 just piled up 2 waves into their last month.
And every month after their show ended with Saber.
Yeah!
I mean, that's the thing, is that a bunch of things 01 related, well, some
I mean,
things
if this
01
line has
related.
taught us one thing, it really doesn't matter how many sets the series gets, they're gonna keep going. It doesn't
It's
matter.
true.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
It's true that there's anyone who says that they lost a number and that's actually detrimental. They don't know Soto. They don't know that they're just gonna. They don't care.
I mean, like, it creates an issue for the series that's coming up next.
Yeah. And I would argue that it looks as though that's happening again, just because everything got pushed back by a month. Like pre-orders got rescheduled.
Well, like I said, I'm sure that in the last month we're going to get 2 sets instead of just the 1.
Prepare your wallets.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling when I just scrolled up to the lineup and it just says May 3rd. I'm like, oh, that's actually sooner rather than later.
Is that
Okay.
because there's a Chronicle set next month, or?
Oh yeah, that's the Gaim set.
Yeah, because
Is
Gaim
it
3
really?
is at the end of May.
Huh.
Hmm.
You know, it's very
That
unfortunate
explains
that
it.
I keep buying things and not paying attention to what I've purchased. But I guess that's a me
That's-
problem.
You know what? Maybe I brought it up just for people like you. May
Well,
3rd.
thank you, Malunas.
I'll
And-
consider it.
Yeah. Oh,
May
wait,
the 3rd be
Auto
with
Burning Form? They just did that and... Okay, whatever.
Cool.
Cool. Hey, you know what else is cool? Guess when the pre-orders on Premium Bandai start for Converge Kamen Rider 22?
Now?
420.
Nice.
But hey, next week, there is no blog, so we are taking a break. But,
Yeah.
okay, so I don't know how to phrase this, because this is coming out way later.
You know what?
And this is
yes.
not
let me,
new
let me,
information.
let
The
me
show
attempt
is
to-
canceled.
Let me attempt to say what Corey meant to say. We're taking a break, asterisk.
Yes. So, in the future, when you are listening to this, you already know this information. So, this is me... I don't know why I'm saying this, maybe just to document it, but this is the me
Yeah.
before I put up all of the backlogged episodes of the podcast on the channel and
And
onto Anchor.
And
This
in
is the
comparison-
last one this
in
week.
comparison, you probably sound much more energetic right now.
Probably. This is the last one this week before our 100th episode when the blog comes back. Ideally. I am speaking for the future of which I do not know the results of. So,
We have hope for the future.
hope for the future. we probably still did our live stream, and we will continue to do our live streams because you know what? Those are becoming a lot of fun. So definitely look forward to the live streams. If we have another drought of podcasts, which I really hope we don't, but if we do, in that instance, we still have the weekly Soto Stickering live streams. So definitely check those out. And also, as usual, check out the news. Plenty of stuff happening here on this channel. Yeah, anyways, guys, do you have anything else before we got the hell out of here?
I'm looking forward to the 100th episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Me too.
right. If you haven't already, I'm sure at this point we may or may not have recorded it. I'm not sure what the future holds for when you're listening to this, but head into the Discord. Head into the Discord right now, and if you haven't already, ask us a question in the podcast topic section. Yeah, do that, and we'll talk about those in the 100th episode. It is probably going to be a longer one, depending on what we're getting on that week. But you know what? That's just Soto. That's just life. We don't know what we're going to get, but we always know that it's going to be spectacular. Anyways,
let's hope for Realizing Hopper.
I want Realizing Hopper so much. What I want most of all is for you guys to have a good evening or day, whenever you listen. Thank you so much for listening. Keep it.
See ya.
Presented by Thouser.
Rika Batu!
変身
烈火一殺勇気の竜と火炎剣烈火が交わる時真紅の剣が悪を貫く
衝動は